Welcome back to another episode of the Ready Set podcast. My name is Ricky.
My name's Angus.
I'm Derek, and today we have a very special guest. This is Ray the foodie. So funny thing about that, this is my first time meeting her in person. Actually, all of us meeting her in person. But yeah, we started talking probably back in 2017 then, right? Was when you first started your foodie account. Yeah, I usually go around saying hi to new foodies. I created my account originally for networking purposes, but it's devolved into something very casual. So Ray, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, are you originally from Vancouver, or like where did you grow up?
Yeah, so I grew up in Vancouver, from Richmond, so I've always been there my entire life. I like to say I'm like a Japanese Vietnamese Canadian. My mother is Japanese and my father is Vietnamese.
Oh.
So yeah, I think I'm like a perfect representation of Asian Canadians, multiculturalism for the win.
Yeah.
So when I introduce myself to other people, I usually say I'm sushi and pho. So yeah, and then so I've met Derek through that as well, and I also did Clubhouse, so that's how we actually met.
Yeah, we
voice to voice.
got to know each other a lot better on Clubhouse because that was during the pandemic. And for those that don't know, Clubhouse is, it should still be around, but Clubhouse was an app that was originally Apple specific, and then they made it available at the Android store as well. And basically it was like a huge group chat where people could talk about any sort of topics or whatnot. But yeah, that was a fun time during the pandemic. It was a good way to pass the time anyways.
Yeah,
We
we weren't able to go out and socialize with others, so the best way was stay at home, talk to each other, voice to voice. Although we didn't really see each other, but we all had profile pictures that was quite representative. And then honestly, I gained a lot of followers from that because we will all follow each other on Instagram.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so
Do you go on video on Clubhouse?
Clubhouse.
was there a video feature? I don't think there was.
No, at that time there
Yeah.
wasn't.
There's just like a voice thing. It's like
So
a voice
like-
chat.
It's like Ventrilo or Skype kind of thing. Is that right?
voice.
Oh, no, purely just voice.
Oh,
voice?
so it's
Yeah.
not like Amigo. It's like
No.
you know people.
Oh, so you have like a guy jacking out a corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think a lot of the followers, like, yeah, we did gain a lot of followers from that, and it was very nice getting to know, like, obviously when we post stuff on social media, sometimes it's, we get invited to tastings to do that, and it's we don't want to write anything bad unless we have like a really super bad experience on that. But it's good to know people's true opinions on certain restaurants and like food quality, or whether or not they think it was worth it to actually like go to that place. And so that brought about a lot of interesting conversations in that regards.
So you're saying that people tell the truth in Clubhouse, but not like in the actual reviews. People are like, "Oh my god, this place is so good," and Clubhouse, this place is trash.
Honestly, I have been in those conversations.
Really?
Yes, and it's very awkward because I do recognize some of their names.
Yeah.
Although they didn't realize I was in the chat, because once you have a lot of people in the chat, you're actually put in the very bottom of the page. So that's usually how Clubhouse works, and then only the main host or speakers were allowed to be on the top of the page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if there's like over 200 people in the chat, people will probably most likely not notice you.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's no what's the limit in a chat room?
I don't remember what the
Wait,
what it was.
if there's like that many people, you're just talking over each other like nonstop. Then
Yeah, so that's why there's like probably max 9 speakers or 12 speakers at a time. And most likely they're the ones who are hosting the room. And then if you want to speak, then you have to raise your hand.
Oh, it's like Zoom, right?
It's like a classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you
Yeah.
push the button to talk.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes, I have an opinion to put into this.
town hall
Yeah.
meeting.
I don't think we ever hit the cap for that though.
No.
Yeah, because after a certain point, there wasn't anybody else joining, and then we
Yeah.
got to the point where people started just kind of dropping out after a little while. But that was kind of to be expected once like COVID started getting
Yeah.
over. Like, once restrictions started lifting and people started going out more.
So it's more like a COVID thing.
Yeah, it was
Oh, yeah.
definitely more of a COVID thing. Like Even Ray and I don't use it anymore.
Oh, really?
Oh no,
Yeah.
I had to delete it.
Oh.
I'm like, this is taking too much space on my phone. No, thank you. Yeah.
I think the only alternative ones I saw there were like drop shipping seminars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw a
Oh.
lot of drop shipping seminars on Clubhouse.
I mean, I saw some crypto ones,
Yeah.
entrepreneurial ones, leadership.
Oh,
There's
that's
like a
pretty
lot
cool.
of topics. But Derek and I, we were in the Vancouver food scene
Okay.
Clubhouse chat.
Yeah.
And I also had a spicy one, but that's another story.
Wait, hold on.
And Derek was in it.
So he was the one that was jacking off in order.
Tell me how that teriyaki sauce was like.
Body sushi.
It's like, oh, I don't know. It's like we can't really disclose too much on there. There's other people that were on there.
Oh God.
Is it just like
Yeah.
spicy topics or just like spicy places to go to?
So shout out to Victoria, but her and I actually hosted this room.
Yeah.
And then honestly, it's just all about like either spicy topics or if people are going through a rough time, it's COVID. So we're really, our goal is to really be someone's friend. Essentially, like listen to them, give them advice if possible. Or if there's like a group of people, then they would actually be super supportive. We always try to have like an open, safe space. And then, yeah, people would actually really provide advice. Like some of these people are really young. And then, like a lot of the more experienced relationship type of people would really provide nice advice. And then obviously it's up to them if they want to follow that. But yeah, I had always good feedback. So that was really weird for me. It's like at night, we'll be talking about these relationships on a Thursday or Friday night since we all can't go out.
Yeah.
And then like on like a certain day, maybe Wednesday or Tuesday, it'll be like Vancouver food scenes, reminiscing all the great food that we all used to have.
Now it's reminiscing
Yeah.
of the really good restaurants that closed down.
Yeah, there's so many, unfortunately. So
Yeah. But I feel like it's because of the trend is changing so fast.
it is.
Right? That's
like,
why the food scene, especially, have to keep coming up with new ideas.
That new fad.
Yeah.
Something that's Instagram worthy. Or at
Always,
least
always.
something that can catch people's attention and keep them coming back.
Okay. What's
For-
Instagram friendly? What's
worthy? these
worthy?
days?
Yeah. What's worthy for?
Mochi donuts.
Oh, like
Mochi
Mochito?
donuts. Yes, Mochito.
There was a
Or
new one lately, right?
I went to Ikoi Mochi Donuts.
Yes, yeah.
There's also Holy Mochi.
Holy moly.
Holy Mochi.
It's
Yes.
like going to church. It's like a blessing every time you take a
Oh my
bite.
gosh, I think they have a wing on their logo. So I don't know.
Really? Is
Yeah.
it good? Have you tried?
I liked it. I mean, not sponsored by the way, but yeah, so they're super nice people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess it's like anything mochi related, like that thing.
Oh,
with the
yeah.
Mangoes.
Oh
Oh,
my
the
gosh.
mango mochi. I heard you have to line up, or you have
Yes.
to pre-order for like a
Pre-order.
month ahead or
A
something.
month and ahead. Or you line up literally at 10:30 or 10 a.m., although they open at 11 a.m.
Okay. Have
And
you
on-
tried?
I haven't, but I made a tutorial, so I'll share that with you guys soon. Yeah.
It's actually not that hard. You could
It's not that
make it
hard.
in a microwave. You
Really?
Make the mochi
Yeah,
thing.
literally, yeah.
Yeah, I tried it when it first came
Yeah.
out. It was alright, but I
Like,
feel
it
like
was-
it was,
it was
pretty
okay, right?
basic. But
Yeah.
I get a hype.
Yeah, there's so many recipes, so I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna make my own.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna line up on a weekday, like during my work hours.
Yeah,
Like, no,
yeah.
I'm not doing that.
It's kind of strange though. It's like sometimes the simplest things can drop the most hype.
Yes.
On certain things like the mango mochi is like, oh yeah, we're reaching mango season now, so you could like definitely easily go to the store, grab a mango, slice it in the method that they slice it, and then just make the mochi out of yourself. You're like, well, I made it, right? I mean, they can't possibly do anything that different to it.
And I heard it's from like inspiration from Hong Kong, is what I've been told. So I feel
Okay.
like a lot of the Vancouver hypey stuff, unfortunately, I don't think we're that original. I think there's a lot of Asia influence for sure.
A lot of copycat.
I didn't say that, but
I said it for you.
Oh, thanks.
All right, well, what's the next
Yeah.
trend? We gotta hop on that.
Oh man, what do you think, Derek?
Oh, I don't know, but the only latest thing that ever came up to me was like that dango, the one that came over from Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah.
were super popular.
Wait, what is this?
It's like a bakery basically, and it's run
Okay.
by 3 chefs.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
they won Top Chef Canada or something like that.
Oh, shoot.
Some kind of show. I don't know. But I think it's macarons, no?
Macarons,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
do that viral rolled croissant. I think they do.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait,
Oh.
what's
The
a
big
roll?
wheel looking
Yeah, it's like a-
croissant.
Oh, that one. Yeah. On Robson Street, they have that. Like the.
It's like filling inside. sort of
Yes.
thing?
So it's like round. Oops, sorry. It's round, and they just like rip it. Yeah.
Oh,
It's like a
It's super
round
flaky.
croissant.
Yeah.
So you know how cronuts used to be really popular?
Yeah.
Croissant donut. Think of this as like a bigger round version of like a croissant.
ooh,
Yeah.
So you're saying it's worth the money?
I don't know. I haven't tried it to be
yeah,
honest.
We haven't tried it.
Oh, I tried
That we
Yeah.
had the lineups were
Yeah,
crazy
it's
during
crazy.
opening season.
Really? It's like an hour?
I don't know.
Probably more
No,
actually.
Oh my
it's
God.
places like they would sell out kind of thing. Like
Okay.
they can't keep up with productions.
So do you feel like the food scene nowadays is just like overhyped?
I
You know,
mean,
like,
I personally think it kind of. I mean, okay. Funny enough, although I go to a lot of places,
Yeah.
I actually am not into hypey things. If anything, if I see it hyped up, I stay away.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Oh.
Like I that's
okay.
just who I am.
Yeah.
Like I'm grateful for all the opportunities, of course, but essentially, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna line up for like 1 hour, 2 hours for Jollibees, for example.
Yeah.
That day, like I'd rather get paid for those 2 hours. Like no offense, like I'd rather not.
Yeah.
I agree. There's so many smaller shops that can't fund such a big event kind of thing. Like I think they
Yeah.
deserve a lot of recognition, right? Like I've
Mhm.
always been a big supporter of small businesses and stuff like that. And actually, speaking of small businesses, I heard that you also
Oh.
have something similar.
Oh,
Wow, that's the best segue.
thank you for
Hey, props to you.
oh,
that was really good.
oh my gosh! Thank you for letting me plug in my side business.
Yeah.
So my mother and I. So my mother is actually a Japanese calligrapher,
Mm.
master Japanese calligrapher, because she's been doing it her entire life, like since she was a child. In Japan, the curriculum is you do calligraphy from let's say elementary school all the way to either middle school, and then after that's optional. So every Japanese person you've met has done it.
Oh wow.
Yes. But they might have forgotten it because they haven't done it in a while. And then she decided, you know what, this is like really interesting. I love it. So she decided to pursue it further. And she actually had a master calligrapher herself. So then her sensei, and then she gained her name. And then that's where Japanese calligraphy Shien was born. So,
Oh.
but to be fair, my mother is very humble. So I didn't do this until probably like after university, when I realized like, wow, her calligraphy is actually really pretty.
Oh,
So I really want to showcase it to like younger audiences too, because I know there's like a stigma that's just for older people, like no one knows how to do it. So I'm not interested. I wanted to break that barrier. So I actually, because I do have a background in environmental sciences, I wanted to do eco-friendly meets art. So I made bubble tea cups with Japanese calligraphy on them.
oh, super cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the bubble tea cups, in my opinion, most of them are not that pretty. And when you put art on it, I think it's super pretty. So
Yeah.
a lot of the artwork that we have, it's inspired by Japanese calligraphy. My mother's artwork is on it. It's literally wearable art. So that's why I did.
So is it
Yeah.
more of like a drop shipping kind of thing?
Oh, I make them myself.
Oh wow.
I
So you
hand drill the
hand-
lids. I
Yeah.
learned how to use a drill. That was super scary at first. Yeah, at first my boyfriend would help me do it, and I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, he got busy, so I'm an independent woman. I'm gonna do this myself.
Strong, capable.
Learn how to use the drill. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't know anything about calligraphy. What's the difference between regular calligraphy and like master calligraphy? Is that like is that a level or?
So Japanese calligraphy is actually brush ink art, and then the calligraphy that you see that people do workshops for, it's like more pen. Yeah, so that's the whole difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's more like the character lettering, or is it like
Yeah, you're-
paintings and stuff like that? as
You're
well?
right. Yeah, if it's more painting, it's sumie, which is super difficult as well, because all the shades of gray is like you control the level of ink that you use on your brush. Yeah, so that's what we do. But obviously we can't always do bubble tea cups. So then it's kind of like I have like two lines. One is like bubble tea cup wearable art, and the other one is more so like the typical like framework artwork customization. If you want your name on it, it could be a Chinese name, it could be an English name, any language really. And my mother can definitely do that. Yeah, and we've also had like requests for like really big words. So ichigo ichie means once in a lifetime.
Oh,
And then that's a very popular quote.
like a
and
YOLO kind of thing.
Pretty much, yeah, in a very Japanese way. Yeah.
I can see that being really popular with like tattoo
Yes.
artwork
yeah.
as well with people. Everybody wants tattoos these days, and
Yeah, some people have requested for tattoos as well, so
So like
that's nice.
custom commissions, right? Is that
Yeah,
what it's called? Okay.
commissions. Oh
Yeah.
wow, Ricky, you know all this. It's amazing.
So is it like you have like a website set up where
I
people
do,
just
yes.
inquiries and
Mhm.
then they kind of go from there?
Yes,
Okay,
I try my best. So after my 9 to 5, I try to respond to emails when I can.
Yo, that's tiring.
I-
Yeah.
How,
And foodie stuff. Oh
my
man,
God.
Yeah, I don't
My-
know how you keep doing it.
I don't
You're
know-
so
I-
busy.
I don't know either.
how long has this
Yeah.
side thing been around for you and your mom?
So my mom has been teaching Japanese calligraphy ever since I was a child. So ever since she got here, like over 35 years ago.
Whoa.
But then it was probably back in 2018, 2019, before COVID, that I was like, you know what? I kind of want to do this as like a side business, like a side hustle. I always believe in like, female entrepreneurship
Oh,
and then
yeah.
like really, get yourself out there, learn what a business is really like.
Mhm.
That's why it's kind of funny how it's like a nice crossover between my own side hustle and also the foodie scene
Yeah.
or the food influencer scene, because I genuinely love talking to business owners
Mhm.
to see like, why they started their restaurants or, like what their motivation, inspiration was. Yeah. So it's like a nice crossover.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, based off that, what would you say some of the the hard parts are with running a business between like a family business, because it is you and your mom, like family
Yeah.
with the combination?
I mean, we bicker sometimes, mother-daughter. My mother's very stubborn. I think I'm semi-stubborn. It might have gotten from her. I don't know. And, I'm more like westernized. I was born and raised here as an
Mhm.
Asian Canadian. So I kind of understand how the business works here. So I always have to remind her that I am more on the business side. So I understand that side. Whereas for you just focus on making the art. No
Mhm.
problem. Just that when it comes to pricing all that stuff, obviously I'll have to consult with you because that is your piece of art.
Mm.
Like I don't ever want to, degrade any of her quality, right?
Mhm.
So, but sometimes we bicker, but it's okay. We're still mother-daughter. We still love each other.
It comes with the family business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is a small side hustle.
Yeah.
My mother still continues to teach to this day. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, and then so I'm hoping to, because before it was mostly just for Japanese people,
Mhm.
because she never broadened it to the English
Oh, I see.
speakers. So
Mhm.
that's where I come in. I'm like, Mom, you really have to share this wonderful art and talent that you have. So I'm trying to do more workshops as well. Yeah.
So like, where does your mom teach?
She works. She teaches at the Nikkei Center.
Oh.
Yeah, just right here,
Oh.
nearby, Burnaby.
Okay.
Yeah, it's home. Yeah,
Yeah.
local, very local.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
why I always see when you guys post the stories on
Yeah.
the Nikkei Center, whenever they have those open markets out there. You
Oh,
guys are
yeah.
always there, right?
Oh, well, we try to be.
Yeah.
But we are actually mostly in the Japan markets. So
Oh.
Robson. So I
Mm.
find that my bubble tea cups are more seasonal.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I might have to, discontinue it.
Oh, no.
I might. But yeah, because it's a lot of work for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I might shift my focus more on workshops because it's way more fun. I get to meet the people. It's not like I just sell and then they're gone.
Yeah.
Right. So it's more like I can just genuinely share that love for that
Yeah.
art.
So I'm really curious about the bubble tea stuff. So do you have like a box full of different parts and then you just
Mhm.
build it together? So it's like all those parts are at like your garage or something. So it's just like
Don't
piled-
tell anyone, but yes.
So it's just like you make it
Yeah.
whenever you get I guess in order. You
Yes.
just make it on the
Mhm.
spot.
Yeah, either
Oh,
on the
man.
spot or because I don't want to waste a lot of bubble tea cups.
Yeah.
Recently, I collaborated with Melanie. She's a local animator,
Nice.
and we did Demon Slayer cups.
Oh.
Yeah.
No way.
And then all the Demon Slayers like Nezuko, Tanjiro,
Yeah.
Inosuke, everybody. We did 5. And then the last 2 were Giyu and Shinobu.
Yeah.
They're all in Japanese calligraphy as well.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Do you do the cartoon characters as well, or is it just
That,
like,
that was her. She did it.
Oh,
Yeah,
she did
as an
it.
animator. Yeah, it was really
No
fun.
way.
I just
Okay.
wanted to really like do like an artist collaboration.
Mhm.
Because I can't draw. I'm sorry. I was not born with my mother's talent.
Yeah.
I'm more either numbers, business, or science.
Yeah. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
More technical. So when I go to markets, I always joke to people that I made the bubble tea cups,
Yeah.
but the artwork is not by me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so neat.
Yeah, thank you. If you guys want one, let me know.
Actually, that answered my question because I was going to ask if your merchandise is mainly online or do you show up to other was it like craft markets or,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
farmers markets or whatever.
So I find that my products are very niche. So
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like trying to sell online is like beating like trying to be like a whole fish in a pond,
Mm.
right? Like you're such a tiny fish in the pond that it's super hard to sell online unless you pay for ads, you pay for all this and that,
Yeah,
right? So it's very costly for me.
yeah.
So I rather just like show up, show our faces, who the artist is, which is my mother, and then go to the Japanese market. So we mostly do that. And I find that Christmas markets, we just don't do well for that. So I've been making it more seasonal. So springtime, May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different
Makes sense.
clientele.
Yeah, because I feel like holidays, everyone's just so focused on like Christmas
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Christmas. Nothing is Christmas that I offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a stall at Annie Revel, the Anime Revolution?
Oh my gosh. Those booths are so much money.
Oh, really? How much
So
were they?
much. I don't remember, but I think it's almost someone's paycheck. It's not cheap.
Wait, how long are those events?
It's
Like
only
a
usually a
couple- a week?
weekend. Like
It's a
days, eh?
weekend only,
Friday, Saturday, Sundays usually.
and it costs a paycheck.
Probably. I
Oh
don't know how
my
big someone's paycheck is, but it's pretty big.
Crazy.
Oh, interesting. Oh, but
Yeah.
I have a friend who does that sort of booth, and she sells like pins or stickers, and it's like $3 or $4 each. Like I don't understand how that could generate enough revenue if it's
Oh.
that much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually what I say is that the lower the amount, you need a lot of quantity for sure.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
To really make up that money. Yeah, because you're not just trying to make a profit, but you also have to pay off your booth fee.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
a business, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's like at the night market, why everything is so expensive is usually for that reason as well.
And I heard that sometimes you don't even make that much profit
You don't.
at the night market, which is
It's
super
more
sad.
of exposure. sort of
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
Exposure, especially for the restaurants. Like I find that the restaurants that do pop-ups over there very successful.
Oh, I see. I see.
Really?
Well, they have
Yeah.
enough money to play around with, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because I heard like Richmond Night Market, like I guess
Oh,
the
I looked at
renting
the
a
booth.
the renting a spot there is crazy expensive.
Yeah, half a paycheck.
It's a lot of money just for like a span of
Mhm.
like what 1 or 2 months.
Is
Oh,
it?
actually, no. I think it's longer.
Oh, it's even longer.
I think it's like
Three
April all the way to October.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, right now, for this starting this year, they're starting to open the night market even longer.
Oh.
It's all there. I was thinking, is that really worth it? Because even in the like right now, the weather is just terrible.
Yeah, but you want to get your money's worth, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if they charge for it though. For that.
Right.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
I heard that if it rains, rain or shine, your booth is still paid
It's still
for.
yeah, it's still
Yeah.
paid for. Yeah, yeah.
Super sad.
I think there was like a 420 thing that happened recently, and it was like pouring rain, and no one showed up because it was it was like no one wants to be out in the rain.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it's the same thing.
Oh. Do you find like where a lot of your business comes from? Is it just all locally driven, or do you like, since you say advertising like very expensive, is it just, do you mostly rely on more word of mouth then, like through like the other people say, oh look, I got this from like from the booth, and you're like, oh that's so cool.
Yeah, honestly, I am very grateful for the people I've met, like at the booth events. Like that's why I prefer in person. It's more personable. I can like keep in touch with them. I sometimes collect emails for workshops.
Oh.
So it's a lot more easier that way than just posting it, putting it into the universe, and hoping that someone will say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say that in general, like I do have mad respect for those who have a full-time business, because if my side hustle is taking so much time in my life, yeah, no, I can't imagine for other big business owners.
Yeah. But do you think you want to go into like business? Like you already kind of had a taste of it, right?
Had a taste of it,
Yeah.
but I think I'm okay with that bite. Yeah.
More of a side hustle thing.
More of a side hustle,
Okay,
yeah.
The stress, you're like, oh no, if I think about this times what, like 4 or like 3 or 4 times, you're like, I don't know if I would want to deal with that kind of stress. But some people
Yeah.
do like it though, right? So like,
But it's more
Yeah.
rewarding, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it's like it's like your baby.
Yeah.
It
It's
is,
like your own
yeah.
thing.
And like what's even great is that sometimes I'll get like really random inquiries from like the States. I'm like,
Nice.
really? Customization, really? And then they would just like order from me. I'm like, oh, okay, that's too bad that I haven't even met you in person, but thank you
Oh,
so
nice.
much. Yeah, they'll want like stickers from me or like customization for their children. Like it's super nice.
Well, that's the best way to
Yeah.
grow is from them and then word of mouth and
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Sometimes I wish I could just drive down to Seattle to go to these markets, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel that probably won't be too worth my time.
Really?
And I have to consider my mom too. She's getting really old, so
Oh, I see.
even making her stand the other day at the Bandusen Fair, it's like a Japan fair. Yeah, I felt kind of bad because she was really tired.
Yeah.
And I was tired. I'm like, I haven't stood this long for so long.
I'm surprised they didn't give you guys seats.
There's chairs, but you know, you're trying to like stand up and like show up.
Yeah,
Say
you can't like really
hi.
sit when someone's like look at the stuff, right? You'll be like,
Yeah.
hey, just
Yeah,
look around. I'll be here.
yeah, I
let me know
can
if
just be
you
like,
have
yo, get my
questions.
stuff. Like, I gotta
Yeah.
like that customer service.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I'm present more of the thing, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So now we know what kind of dare.
yeah.
What kind of person you'll be when you're selling stuff. You just sit down. You're like, hey, just look at the stuff here. You tell me when you need something.
Candy Fresh sounds.
Or like me reading a manga book, be like sitting there, okay, just let me know. I'll show you what you need.
People walk past like, oh, this guy does not care.
Awesome. That's really interesting. If possible, we'd love to get some pictures. Maybe put it in our thumbnail for this episode, and post it up on our descriptions.
Oh, that's
and all.
fine.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Is there
Yeah.
do you want to like plug in your like IG
Instagram?
and then maybe
Oh,
even
sure,
your
yeah.
side business and stuff like that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. My Instagram for my food influencer side is Ray the Foodie. Just Instagram and Facebook. I'm also on TikTok. I'm trying to grow my TikTok, so it's really fun. I like it. And then my side business is Japanese calligraphy Shien. So that's the same thing on Instagram and Facebook. And we have a website as well.
Oh, sweet. We'll
Cool.
do that in our description.
Yeah. Yeah. Put everything there.
Yeah.
You know, if you like this video, you can like, subscribe, hit that notification button. What should we tell them to write in the comments here? Do you think
You'd
food- the
survive.
food-
No,
Wait,
no,
what's
no.
yours?
Do you think you'd survive having your own business?
Yes. And do you feel that the foodie scene is overhyped?
Ooh.
Oh, spicy questions. But we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, Apple Tunes. Everything is in the link tree. Is it Apple Tunes?
Apple iTunes.
Apple
Almost there.
Almost there. I'm getting better after every podcast. But yeah, we'll call it there, and we'll see everyone on the next one.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.